Hey everybody, it's me, Paul. This is hopefully the last episode of The Visitor. Edward. Or Bella. Edward, if I might have a word with you?
Count Blasko, I didn't hear your carriage.
No, you didn't. If you forgot, Edward hired a private investigator to check out Bella because he thinks he's a vampire.
Did you arrive some other way?
Did I fly here as a bat? Internal monologue. If you look out your drive, you'll see my carriage, old fuck. Uncle Peter drove it. I wasn't about to pull David in my rolls. I just put a sound barrier around both the car and carriage so you wouldn't hear us coming, then parked the rolls behind the trees. Geez, things I do to make a nicely terrifying entrance. After all, I needed to return Mr. Manners. For some odd reason, he was wandering around in my basement. My cousin Dorothy found him.
Is he...
Don't worry, you old pervert. He's perfectly fine. However, he seems to have passed out for some reason. Spider venom will do that. Your house staff has seen him to his room. You should have seen their faces when I stopped by the service entrance and asked them to get him out of the carriage. It was hilarious.
He passed out?
I think something might have frightened him. My personal guess would be your skills in the bedchamber. Oh!
Frightened?
Of your wrinkly balls. Possibly, Dwight. He was wandering around in my house, too. You seem to be parroting me a lot, you awful old man. Bat got your tongue?
What happened to Dwight?
How did you know something happened to Dwight? What an odd question to ask, Edward. What happened to Dwight? Didn't you mean to ask what almost happened to me? You're showing your hand, Edward. Edward sent Dwight to kill us. Ellipses! Oh, now, Edward, you didn't really send Dwight to kill me, did you? Me, Edward? You know perfectly well that one barely armed madman isn't capable of dealing with someone like me unless that was your intent all along. You certainly hated him enough to do just that. After all, you knew he didn't stand a chance at succeeding, and he used to date your boyfriend! Especially if you really do believe I'm a vampire. Come to think of it, the house really does stink of garlic. Pew!
Ellipses!
That's what he's screaming. Still interested in what happened to Dwight, old man?
Tell me what's happened to him.
Bella smiled. Dwight is in the tender care of two scientists I know personally who are fully trained to handle someone like him with elbow-length rubber gloves. So they're gonna give him an anal exam? And scalpels. I'm sure they have Dwight divided and conquered by now. Into neatly labeled jars. Oh!
You didn't!
Didn't what, Edward? Didn't kill him for you? Oh, he's definitely dead, but I have no intention of letting you know that.
Nothing?
Is that disappointment I see, or possibly fear? Is he afraid that Dwight will come back to get him, sending him on a suicide mission? Or is he afraid of the information I might squeeze out of him? Let's poke that particular fear, shall we? Oh, that reminds me! I have a full list of Dwight's murders, from childhood to last kill, roughly 2 weeks ago, and the locations of their bodies. However, those earlier bodies may be quite difficult to identify, decomposition, and all that. Would you like a copy?
How on earth did you get that out of him? The doctors have been trying for years.
Bella smiled. I asked, of course, but then few people can resist me when I ask them a question just the right way. I use this magic thing called please! Shall I push his panic button? Is there like a real panic button in the room he can hit? Dwight was extremely forthcoming about quite a few interesting little secrets. Oh, let's make it worse for him, shall we? So was Lenny Fry!
I have no idea what you mean. I don't know.
Sure you do. In fact, I have this report sitting on my desk in my study. Quite a busy little bee, Mr. Fry. Quite unethical, too. Did you know he actually seduced my business manager's secretary? She was a whore. It wasn't that big of a deal, but still. Then he drugged her with laudanum to get the office key. He had quite a dossier of information on me, listed just about every company I owned, plus the businesses I have controlling stock in. I was rather impressed.
I have no idea what you mean. I don't know anything about that.
Oh, Stern Bella. Is that so? Vampire hypnotism on! Tell me the truth, Edward. Why did you have Letty Fry investigate my finances? And was that all you had him investigate, or was there more?
Helen wants to marry you. I needed to be sure you could afford us.
I'm gonna throw you in a ditch, old man. You mean you wanted to be sure I could afford the mortgages you had legally placed on a house locked up in a hereditary trust, correct?
Yes.
What else was Fry investigating? A report of his had an awful lot of personal family information in it. Unfortunately, I didn't notice it in the report until after I gave it to my cousins, and it was far too late to ask him where he got it.
Family history?
Where are you looking for something specific, old fart?
Previous wives and children, maybe.
Bella blinked. That's different. For once, someone wasn't looking to see if he was a vampire, but why would he want to know about... Wait, was he looking for possible heirs? Edward, if I married Helen, were you planning to bump me off so she'd inherit my fortune, you fuckface?
It was...
The truth, Edward. Spit it out. You're under vampire hypnotism.
It was a possible plan, I guess. Maybe. Probably.
Bella rolled his eyes. Jeez Louise, the soap opera never ends with these people. Edward, give up on that plan. I am damn near indestructible. I'm like a fucking Twinkie, bro. You simply do not have the means to kill me. If you had a steak or sunlight, you would, but you probably don't have those. I don't know what that was. What? Say it.
I have this.
I thought he said crosses didn't hurt him. I guess he was bullshitting the other guy earlier. Just kidding! Ha! I'm a Christian vampire. Jesus loves me, man. He could love you too, Edward, but I'm probably gonna kill you before you get a chance to hear about that. Edward, religious objects don't work on me any better than they would on a wolf about to bite your motherfucking head off.
They won't?
Of course not! I'm not a spirit, dummy! Stoker screwed up in his folklore, that too, okay? Crosses and holy objects only work on ghosts, and that's if the ghosts are demonic. It's the same with mirrors. It is ghosts that do not have a reflection or shadow because they're not physical beings. Oh, I hate having to explain this to everybody. However, in my country, there is a type of ghost that possesses freshly dead corpses and walks around in them. They're called strigoi. I don't know how to pronounce it. And they do drink blood, but they are more like ghouls in that they'll eat anything they get their hands on, living and dead. Unfortunately, crosses and holy objects do not work as strigoi either because the corpse's flesh protects the ghost. That was kind of irrelevant. I don't know why they're showing that guy. That's pretty modern, but still. They return to the earth before dawn because the ghost inside the body dissipates under sunlight. However, at sunset, the ghost returns to the corpse and walks around again. Those are the creatures one stakes in their coffin. Not to kill them, you cannot control them. Not to kill them, you cannot kill what is already dead, but to pin the corpse down and keep the ghost from walking around in it, okay? Y'all get it wrong. What makes them dangerous is that they're insatiably hungry. They have an appetite that can never be satisfied. After all, a corpse can't digest anything. They don't got no acid in their stomach or some shit. Because of this, you are more likely to encounter one at your kitchen door than anywhere else. Because they're fucking hungry, especially if you're cooking after sunset. Luckily, they'll eat food before they eat people, so the easiest way to keep a strigoi from attacking is feeding it from your larder. The trick is having enough food to keep feeding it until dawn. That's kind of bad, too. The thing that would not go home. Once dawn arrives, you follow the corpse to his burial place, sticking it down. One cuts its head off simply to make it more convenient for the ghost to use. Strigoi or Vane, they like pretty corpses, okay? That's what you do. You know, if you ever need to, you probably not. But I'm sick of everybody fucking the vampire thing up, okay, Uncle Edward? My guess is that Stoker's original inspiration was Strigoi. Unfortunately, there's absolutely nothing romantic about a rotting corpse walking around.
Kiss me, baby.
So he removed the rotting part and added an easy and dramatic way to kill it off. Literary devices. After all, Stoker's Dracula was originally a theatrical play written for a handsome and vain actor.
Well, then what are you?
Neither ghost nor strigoi. I assure you, I am in no danger of rotting, nor will sunlight destroy me. It will, however, give me a hideous sunburn and blind me utterly for a few days, and that makes me mad.
So, are you not a vampire? I'm just confused. I don't know what's,
I suppose that depends on your definition. If you use Stroker's definition, no, I am not a vampire. Allow me to explain it this way. Once upon a time, I was a perfectly normal young man, chilling all cool in Philadelphia. And then I got sent to Beverly Hills to live with my family. I mean, I dallied with the wrong woman. Are you saying vampirism is a sexually transmitted disease? It's an STD? I'd blink,
you got a venereal disease? What?
Incurable too. Disappointing, is it not? It's like motherfucking herpes. What if penicillin cures you from being a vampire in this world?
How do you keep from infecting others?
I don't! What a completely indelicate question, Edward!
Oh, I suppose it was. My apologies.
Well, since you're dating his niece, I mean, I think that is a legitimate question. To be like, you don't want his niece to get all knocked up with that shit. Well, it's not passed by biting. Allow me to put that myth to rest as well. To answer your question, I'd take precautions like any other responsible adult. Honestly, though, it's surprisingly difficult to pass vampirism, as I have it anyway. The conditions have to be exactly right, or is it exactly wrong?
Have you ever passed it to somebody else?
This story just took a whole left turn. He came here for a date, and Helen's gonna walk in, and Uncle Edward's gonna be like,
not now, we're talking about your boyfriend's STDs.
What? Not once, nor do I wish to. No matter what one might think, it is not a pleasant way to live. For one thing, your diet consists of only one particular liquid. Makes for an extremely uncomfortable dinner parties, I can tell you. That's the worst part.
Then, do you drink, like, blood?
Edward, shut up. Roughly 1 pint every 3 days. It's not much, it's how I stay skinny.
That's all?
I appear to have disappointed you again. My mom was right, I just disappointment. However, this brings us to one thing Stoker did get right. The blood is the life, though I suspect that was a complete accident on his part. It is not the blood that a vampire needs, but the spirit, the soul contained in the blood, the life in the blood.
So you're physically stronger than... Are you physically stronger than the average human? Can we arm wrestle or some shit?
Quite. Strong enough to fracture a 12-foot thick retaining wall. He doesn't need to know that. But then nature normally makes predators far stronger, though not necessarily larger. My dick's not larger. I'm a predator, okay? Than their prey. This is in addition to giving them advantages designed specifically to hunt their prey of choice. In my case, the ability to vampire hypnotize and compel them to do my bidding without them even realizing it. So he's manipulative. I have one last question for you, Edward. Can you go fuck yourself? No, don't try and fight it. You've been under my complete command since the moment you first made eye contact with me in my dreamy eyes.
I don't feel hypnotized.
Of course you don't. That's what makes it an advantage. Oh! Edward's jaw tightened.
Like a serpent and a rabbit.
Not at all. Serpents use fear to freeze their prey in place. Mankind uses beguilement or bemusement, if you like. Now then, Edward. I swear, these people are morons. Did you send Dwight to kill me, or did you send him to die by my hand? Tell me.
Well, I...
Say it clearly, Edward.
I wanted one of you to die. I didn't care which. I was in a pissy mood.
I see. How terribly cold-hearted of you. What a pity that plan went horribly awry. Not! You do realize the information I gleaned from Dwight, Mr. Fry, and David.
David, too?
Don't worry, David doesn't remember a single thing about our conversation. He'll be sucking your wrinkly balls before long. In fact, he has no idea he was even at my house.
My God!
He won't help you here now, believe me. To continue, from what I learned from them, you have quite a list of dirty laundry. Under normal circumstances, I would simply threaten to expose a lot of it to a newspaper journalist I happen to know personally. However, I somehow doubt that would work on you, wrinkled face. Therefore, I have no choice but to lay a command on you.
You can't do that!
Edward, you are forbidden to interfere with me in anything to do with me, my business, my family, or my plans. And don't kill me, like in any way, dude. If we reach an impasse of any kind, you are to defer and give way to me, without question. Is that understood? I hope he doesn't do that to Helen.
Ah, ellipses.
Edward, your answer now.
Yes, I understand, Count Blasco.
Good boy. Now one last thing. Before I go on my date with Helen, turn and look at the couch, Edward. Look at it good. Just like that. Now hold perfectly still and close your eyes. Very good. No peeking. Oh dear. Was that necessary for him to do that? Now maybe I can get on with my date. Oh. Finally. Chapter 4, in which there is a date. And you know Helen wants to put out from the previous episodes. She's kind of easy, I think. The Chance Estate. I'd still be worried she's a gold digger at this point. I'm pretty sure this is the right room. Guys, strain a wing! Oh, no, don't be Franny's room. Stupid third-floor bedrooms. Blah! Oh, crap, why is it that my arms and hands always crap up like this when I'm quote a bat form? Oh, hand cramps! Hand cramps! Damn it! Oh, hello. Who is this? Definitely not Helen. Much too blonde. Rather pretty. Smells good too. Must have just gotten out of the bath. Smells delicious, actually. And this is the third day since... Oh no, yeah, that. His stomach's hungry. I planned to steal a sip of Helen, but this is very tempting. Let's resist. We're gonna wait for Helen. We're gonna be loyal. Okay, fine, I'll resist, damn it, but I'm really motherfucking hungry! I'll never get used to being able to eat only one specific ungodly bland food. Put some Tony Satcheries on that shit. Okay, let's get it right this time. Damn it, this house has too many thrice damned windows! Ah, this hallway looks right. Oh, a convenient open bedroom door. This is weird for a date, that you climb in her window and be like, okay, can we go date? Damn it, cramp fingers! Cramp in my fingers! Damn it! Stupid bat wings. Oh yeah, definitely the right window this time. Isn't it kind of rude she's sleeping? Helen, wakey wakey, do you still want to go to the Rainbow Club with me? I have my car parked right outside. I want to go. Give me 20 minutes to get ready. It's not weird that he appeared in your room? And why are you sleeping? Can you be ready in only 20 minutes? You will be awake in 20 minutes. Meet you outside in 20, promise. Okay, I'll be waiting outside the patio door with the car. Car? I'm getting up! I'm getting up right now! Shoo, let me get dressed. No, you can come naked. What, you mean I can't watch? Oh, no you can't watch! Now shoo, out of my bedroom! Just thought I'd ask. Strong girl pushed me right back out in the hallway. I hope she's a stragooly thing. A little later. Count Blasko, Bella? Over here, Helen. I brought my ride. Oh my god, is that? Yes, it's a Rolls Royce. It gets me all the pussy. Ready to go? Absolutely. Beyond ready. I love the lady who made this game. I love the look of them in the car like that. Let's get this beast started, lady. So they drove off on their date. Boom. That's the Rainbow Club? It looks like a gorge. I had no idea you had a car like this. Why don't you drive it to my party? I only take it out for very special occasions and very special ladies. Does this mean I'm a special occasion? Absolutely. It's interesting that he's dressed like that to go to a club. After parking the car, they went to the Rainbow Club. I wish they'd go to the Overlook Hotel. I can't believe you were able to get reservations to this club. I know, a few people know a few people. So you want to have dinner first or dance? What can he eat? He can't eat anything. Supper, I'm starved. What about you? I have something planned for later. You reserved dinner for us, but you don't plan to eat? That's weird. I hope you don't mind because of my condition. I'm on a rather strict diet, a painfully bland one at that, so I expect you to enjoy every bite from me as well as you. I shall do my very best. Excellent. I hope you don't intend to put off dancing too. Not at all. Several hours later, it took her hours to eat. Just as you've asked, we've danced until very nearly dawn. So now, my dearest Helen, it's time to take you home. I would dearly like to pout at you and complain that I can't stay up for longer, but sadly, I must agree with you because I'm afraid you've very nearly danced my feet off. That'd be bloody and nasty. Did you enjoy it? Thoroughly! Then my personal mission has been accomplished. That one, anyway. I like how he's like, the first date, I can't go to Nookie Town. The second date, or maybe he just wants to drink, or maybe he doesn't even want to have sex. I don't think I'm going to be able to resist the lure of her throat too much longer. Give me a throat job. She smells far too delicious. Vroom, vroom. Love that look. Alright, let's get this beast started. And so they headed off for the Chance estate. Through the gorge. They live in a... I can't think they'd have any resale value where they live. That was absolutely the best date I've ever been on. I had no idea that you could dance like that. Thanks so much. My pleasure, and I assure you that the only reason I danced that well was because I had an extremely talented partner who was kind enough to pretend that I never once stepped on her toes. But you didn't step on my toes. I could have sworn I stepped on someone's toes. I don't see how you could have. I was the only dance partner because I was much too greedy to share. Why, so you were, on both accounts. And I would have remembered if you stepped on my toes, believe me. I believe you, my dearest Helen, I believe you! I also believe, despite the speed we're going, that we are going to arrive a little too close to dawn for my personal comfort. Fuck! I might be in shit town. The Chance estate. Nearly dawn. I'm a narrator too. Are you sure you don't want to come in for a few minutes? I want to come for more than a few minutes. Yes, I believe I will. I would love to, but... Vampire hypnosis on! You should go in and get some sleep. You had a very long night. Oh, yes, I suppose you're right. Suddenly I'm very tired. Go in, motherfucker! Get some! Good night, my dear Helen. Sleep dearly, well... Oh, all right. Damn, that was close. I very nearly took her over the hood of my car. Wow. Now then, shall we see if she's made it to her room yet? She invited you up there, idiot! Bat form! Bat away! At least I know which window to go through. Ah, there she is. Sound asleep perfect. She sleeps fast. I guess it's the vampire hypnosis. As soon as I shake off these cramps in my fingers, finger crack! Oh! Alrighty then, up's a daisy. Good girl, stay deeply asleep, just like that, and dream of sweet things, my lush little entree. Make sure you have a hearty breakfast in the morning. As close as it is to dawn, I seriously considered just letting you go, but I'm thirsty, man. I couldn't make myself do it. Bon appetit! Slurp. It's not sexy that way. It's like, I love sucking things out of you. My God, it's utterly delicious. I almost couldn't stop myself. I better put it back before I dive in for more. But first I need to lick up the drippage. Oh. And heal those punctures. Can't be leaving evidence for anyone to see. That's better. No trace left at all. Now it's back to bed with you. Sleep well, dear Helen. It's time for me to fly. Luckily, I don't mean that literally this time. So he's going back home. Chapter 5, in which there are revelations and frustrations. Gah! I can barely see! Stupid sunlight burning my motherfucking eyes out! I'm nocturnal, damn it! If I'd had held my cape up while I was driving, I would have probably not hit those orphan kids, and I'd have sunburn all over my face. From the feel of things, it did get on my hands. Damn, stupid vampirism! And what the hell is Uncle Chaney playing now? Uncle Chaney! None of that! Someone please tell me what the hell is going on in here? Who gave that hideous music to Uncle Chaney? If you're asking about the music, it's called the Maple Leaf Rag. It's an American tune from the 20s. And you gave it to him, I assume? Goodness, you're in a foul mood. Would one assume you'd be in a good mood if one would assume you'd be in a good mood if you're spending an evening with such a healthy young lady like Miss Helen. I fucked that all up.
Oh, I told him not. I told him not to. I told him you wouldn't like it.
Oh, hush, Peter. I wish I could do a Vincent Price impression. Bela Chaney is just having a bit of fun, and for once he's playing happy music. He almost never plays happy music. It's always that depressing and Baroque stuff. Just like Helen's family. The Baroque! Oh!
That was excellent.
You should have let him have his fun. He'll find something else to play sooner or later. He always does.
Oh, I don't know about that. He's been playing the same tune for 4 hours now.
That'd be annoying. 4 hours of this bloody hell? Uncle Vincent, just how drunk did you get him? Oh, he can't be all that drunk. He hasn't missed a single key on that piano even once. Uncle Vincent? Uncle Chaney can't miss a key on the piano. His hands were cursed to play any instrument perfectly, remember? Up to and including the human voice, which is why that tot of an opera dancer became an opera singer under his tutelage.
Everyone keeps saying it's a curse, but I don't see how.
What makes it a curse, Uncle Vincent, is that once he starts playing, his hands won't stop playing until he literally passes out from sheer exhaustion. Oh. By the way, Uncle Vincent, how drunk are you?
Just a little bit. That's like me.
Uncle Peter, how drunk is Uncle Vincent?
Uncle Peter's gaze dodged to...
Oh, Uncle Peter's gaze dodged to the side.
Oh, no more than usual, you know.
That bad? By the way, where's Uncle Boris?
He's in the room. His room. I wouldn't bother knocking on his door, though. He has a sound barrier up.
You know, a sound barrier sounds like an excellent idea. I'm putting up one around my chamber. It's well past dawn, and I am dead tired. Uncle Vincent, I'm charging you with putting Uncle Chaney to bed, and when he finally passes out, in the meantime, make sure the water pitcher on his piano stays full. Dehydration is the other reason he passes out. Fine, fine. By the way, are you sleeping in a box? You know, you really should let us put a proper bed in there. I like my box, Uncle Vincent. It locks on the inside, making it that much more difficult for some idiot Stoker fan to put a stake through my heart while I'm out. I may not be dead, but do sleep like the dead when my body is repairing itself. It also makes it much easier to contain the earth under my mattress. Bella, it doesn't take 2 seconds to fill a bag with earth and stuff it between the box spring and the mattress. And that underground chamber of yours has a solid iron door, solid stone walls, and even more solid ceiling. It's more secure than the house's own foundations. That's because it's built into the castle wall. And then there's that ring spell. Spells your mother set to reinforce the stone. Even if someone sets fire to the house and it falls down around your ears, you'll never know till you open the door. Absolutely no one's going to break in. Which is why I sleep in there, Uncle Vincent. Then why the box? The room is good enough all by itself. Better safe than sorry.
Paranoid much?
Uncle Peter, if you had as many people trying to stake you through the heart as I do, you would be paranoid too.
I don't see why you're so worried. It's not like it's going to kill you. You've already been staked twice. You recovered fine both times. Between vampirism and your sorcery, you're practically indestructible.
Might I remind you that regrowing an organ, especially the heart, hurts like ever-loving hell? This is in addition to not being able to move the entire time. I can't even call out to someone to let them know there's a hunk of wood sticking in my chest. It sucks. And that is why you don't live alone anymore. Oh, if we'd been there, you would not have lain there discovered for 2 whole weeks. Pella rolled his eyes. Why do people so easily believe in vampires, but not sorcerers? When there are more sorcerers around than vampires, I'll never understand.
It's jealousy. Vampires get all the girls. I want a girl.
What are you saying, Bella? You're a sorcerer too? Stoker's vampirism can transform too. Therefore, they assume that my abilities are simply another sign of vampirism.
Bella, is that a sunburn on your hands?
Yes, Uncle Peter, it's sunburn, okay? Don't caught me before I could make it past the castle walls.
Did it get in your eyes? They're squinting an awful lot, too.
Bella heaved a weary sigh. Yes, it got into my eyes. I'm hoping they'll fix themselves by the time I awaken. At the moment, I can barely see, and it's giving me a vicious headache. I turned a squinty glare on Vincent. A headache that is being steadily worsened by the noisy music you gave Uncle Chaney. Did you eat properly?
What? Of course he did. He went out on a date with Miss Helen, for pity's sake.
Yes, Uncle Vincent, I ate properly. Then you should be fine by the time you wake up. And on that note, I am going to bed. You mean you're going to box? Come on, Bella, let's put the real bed in there. We can discuss it tomorrow, tonight. Right now, I am too damn tired to deal with you and your music any longer. Oh, Bella, that's just me, and you were such a nice boy when you were younger. When I was younger, I wasn't a vampire with people out to stake me while I'm sleeping because of some Scottish idiot that wrote a scary fantasy novel. Bela loosed a long breath and worked to calm himself. Uncle Peter, please make sure that Uncle Vincent watches over Uncle Chaney properly. Plenty of water by his piano, and you might as well have someone turn his bed down now while you have the chances. It'll make him under the blanket. It'll make getting him under the blankets much easier.
Will do, Bella. Sleep well.
At least he cares about them in his own way, even though he kind of bitches a lot. Bella stared into the spare boxes of earth sitting just outside his bed chamber. I suppose it's a bit odd to be sleeping in a box when everyone else is sleeping in a bed. But I just can't get past the last time I slept in a bed and awoke with a hunk of wood sticking out of my chest. Usually it just comes out of my pants. Several hours later. Is Helen gonna come over? She's like, I need the D.
Bats!
Bela awoke feeling physically better. His hands and eyes no longer hurt. However, something nagged at him, I'm guessing. I don't think that... Maybe that's a real word, I just don't know. Something wasn't right. He listened hard, but heard absolutely nothing. Not even the usual sounds of wind against stone or shifting timbers that marked where his family prowled the halls. Then suddenly he remembered why he couldn't hear anything. Ah, yes, the sound barrier. Then he climbed out of his box. What the? Why is it so dark in here? It's never been this dark before. Oh, crap! I guess the damage from the sun was worse than I thought. I better have my eyes looked at. I need a vampire eye doctor. If I can't see properly, I can't hypnotize. And if I can't hypnotize, I can't eat. That's a problem if you're a vampire. Then this episode's become way longer than I expected it to be. The North Tower. Colin.
In short, Count, if you've definitely burned your retinas. Quite thoroughly, I might add.
I figured as much. I can see that. Just not well. I can't see that well in the darkness.
Oh, is that so? Oh, anyway, because your eyes are designed specifically for nocturnal vision, any light will, of course, cause those white glares you keep seeing. The good news is that it's a sign that your eyes are regaining their ability to, see in the darkness. The headaches are coming from your eye muscles attempting to adjust for something it cannot adjust for. The muscles adjust the cornea, the lens that allows you to see things close up, far away, they can't affect the retina. Unfortunately, the damage to your eyes is not something that can be treated. You will simply have to wait for your eyes to recover. However, considering your normal rate of recovery, I'll expect you'll be back to normal in a few days.
So in the meantime, I won't have access to my ability?
Forgive me for interrupting, but in the meantime, I strongly suggest you avoid any form of light as much as possible. Any light at all will hamper your recovery. It won't stop it, but merely slow it down. I doubt anything can stop your ability to recover damage.
Gee, thanks, Colin.
However, to make for the fastest recovery possible, you might want to seriously consider a blindfold until you heal, maybe some double eye patches. Get the pirate badass look going.
A blindfold?
With all due respect, Count, you are a vampire, a predator designed specifically to hunt in near complete darkness. You do have other ways of perceiving what's around you, do you not?
Bella sighed. I do. I'm very sensitive to sounds and motion and stinky smells, but depending on only those senses that makes me nervous and twitchy. I don't like being without my main form of defense, not to mention my technique for acquiring prey.
I sincerely doubt, sir, that you, of all people, are ever going to go without some form of defense.
True, but my ability to hypnotize is the least destructive.
Then I suggest you avoid situations where that ability might come into play.
Bella smiled. Well, I guess then I won't be leaving my house until my eyes are back to normal. Hopefully we won't have any visitors or problems that need my attention. You have a problem every 5 seconds in this house. Speaking of problems, did the package I sent you prove useful, Colin?
The young scientist smiled. It did, or rather most of it did. I read the report you sent with it. Fascinating subject. I also took your advice and set that part aside. It's over on the shelf behind you.
Abnormal brain, or abnormal brain if you've watched Young Frankenstein. I see! Oh look, a neatly labeled jar. A shelf is a good place for it. Thank you for looking into this for me, Colin. I know you're very busy at the moment.
You are my patron, sir. Without your generosity, I would not have a laboratory to work as I please. Of course, I will try to be of assistance if I can.
No, you may not have a blood sample.
Damn.
I never know where this story is going. It is... Well, this is a great big boring pain in my vampire ass. I can't even focus well enough to read a novel. I can masturbate, but for 3 days it's gonna get chafed. What am I supposed to do? Just sit in the dark and twiddle my thumbs for the next few days? I could just sleep through the next few days. A short hibernation might even do me good.
Bella!
Bella rolled his eyes. That is, if anyone would let me sleep. Yes, Uncle Vincent. Oh, I did the wrong voice.
Bella, you have visitors.
Bella, of course I do. Of course I have fucking visitors. No one can handle anything in my house. Always got motherfucking visitors. Before Bella had even got to the top of the master staircase, the small hairs on the back of Bella's neck rose. That's probably bad. Holy shit! What the hell is that? It feels like something powerful just walked into my house. Something old and powerful. It feels like a vampire. Bella took a deep breath and forcibly pinned on a smile. Whatever or whoever it is, I'll deal with it. Not like I have a choice. Really, I just wish I wasn't blind at the moment. There's a vampire standing right in front of me. I can feel the damn thing on my skin. There's a sorcerer. No, a sorcerer standing there too. But her power is so small in comparison. Oh, it's Ed and the girl, Helen. Even so, Bella pointed his gaze towards the instinct head of the larger form. I am Count Bela Blasko. Do you wish to see me? I don't...
I'm Master Jonathan Freed, and this is my wife, Mistress Catherine. I'm the master of a small town on the New England coast. I understand you're courting my great-granddaughter.
Bella blinked. What the... With all due respect, Master Freed, may I have the name of your great-granddaughter?
Helen Chandler.
Bella blinked again. I see. No, the hell I don't. And not because I'm damn near blind at the moment. How's this creature related to Helen?
You are courting her, are you not, Count Blasko? Or is this merely a light dalliance? I will not have you soiling her virtues.
Oh, fuck. Oh. We don't know each other well enough to make that decision yet. Gee, no pressure, right? I mean, I had 2 dates. Bella did enjoy Helen's company, not just her blood, but with all due respect, Master Freed, I honestly don't know just yet. We've only just met. She knows nothing of what I am. I freely admit that I am considering marriage, but I also admit to having my doubts, and we've had 2 dates. Come on. With such a long-term commitment between us, and it would be very long-term commitment, be right for someone like Helen? Would Helen even want a husband that can never give her children? I shoot hollow nothing.
Do you intend to make Helen a vampire?
Bella frowned. I do not, Master Freed. No, just no, but hell no. It is not in existence. I would wish on anyone. Who in their right mind would want to sleep on the dirt, never being able to look at the sunny sky, and never taste anything again but blood?
But Count, you yourself are a vampire?
Bella nodded politely. Precisely, madame. Oh wait, were there 2 different people talking? No, that was Jonathan. Wasn't it Jonathan before?
Clearly, you've given this a great deal of thought, Count Blasko. For Helen's sake, you have my respect.
Bella nodded. And you have mine, Master Freed. Mistress Catherine smiled. Oh, it was. I must have missed it.
I like him. He's actually intelligent.
Bella nodded in acknowledgement of the compliment. Yes, I am.
Please correct me if I'm wrong, Count, but I can't help feel you're a sorcerer as well.
We've made friends. Bella stiffened only slightly. That was something only his family knew about, and obviously they didn't, because they don't pay attention to him. Even the few supernatural beings he has encountered never saw beyond his vampirism. Yes, my mother was a sorceress. Oh.
Your mother's no longer with you?
Do you see her here? Is she here? No, madame, my father was a mortal man who chose to keep his mortal lifespan. She chose to end her time with his.
Oh dear, you're my most earnest condolences. Count Blasko, I think I would have liked to have met her.
I don't even know you. Who the fuck are you? I'm sure she would have liked to have met you as well, Miss Catherine. It's a polite thing to say, but oddly, he was pretty sure his mother would have liked Miss Catherine.
Our Helen's never been exposed to our world. She does not know that my wife and I watch over her, and have watched over her since childhood. Nor do we wish her to. We just wanted Helen to grow up happy and free of burdens of our world. Before my husband became a vampire, him and I lived normal mortal lives. A simple sea captain and his sailing wife. We still remember that time with great fondness and wish to preserve our Helen's place in it. In all honesty, a vampire for a husband is not something we would have chosen for Helen. The estate of Helen currently resides and was a gift to her in hopes of attracting a husband of wealth and means, a mortal husband that can give her children to cherish. If you should decide not to pursue a serious relationship with her Helen, we would ask that you not expose your condition to her. There are dangerous things in the world, but even more so when one knows what they are. We would just as soon not expose her to such dangers.
I understand, Master Freed, Mistress Catherine. So he's like, don't give our granddaughter an STD, okay, bro?
Forgive me for asking, Count Blasko, but is something wrong with your eyes?
Bella winced just a tiny bit. Damn, I was hoping to keep that hidden. I was out with Helen last night, dancing until dawn. Literally. I saw Helen home from the town in time, but Dawn caught me before I could reach the safety of my house.
How is it that only your eyes were damaged?
I have a car. I was in the car at the time, and my cape preserved what the car could not. However, one cannot take the eyes off the road when one is driving, now can they?
A car? My goodness, how very modern.
With all due respect, Master Freed, may I ask how you knew that Helen was involved with me?
A family member we're watching over her called us to tell us that a vampire had shown interest in our Helen.
Family member? Like a family dick?
Edward Van Slode.
Oh, I'm glad I didn't kill him. Bella blinked. Oh, no wonder he believes in vampires. But Edward knew an actual vampire. Why was he all Bram Stoker about them?
Well, I assure you, it's not just us, though, that learned of vampires. All contact has been through letters and phone messages. Honestly, we thought Edward was joking about a vampire pursuing Helen. He's kind of stupid. Until we came to investigate Helen's suitor and felt your presence.
I got something you can feel, baby. Well, he definitely knows now. After he tried to have me assassinated, I was forced to give him a lecture on what is and is not a vampire. That's how you teach somebody who wants to kill you for being a vampire. Lesson number 5 of what is and is not a vampire.
Edward, you trying to have you assassinated?
It's true. Bella smiled. Perhaps you should have a talk with him about why he did so. That should be more than revenge for tattling on me.
I believe I shall.
Good! Master Jonathan, highly respected.
Thank you for your time, and honestly, Count Blasko. And your honesty, Count Blasko.
Bella nodded in return. Thank you for the honor of your visit, sir. And they disappeared. Oh, stupid teleportation light! My fucking retinas! They just wrecked my... They ruined them.